So let's see how I created this welcome and login screen in React Native. So first of all, I will open my terminal and I will go to my browser and type create React Native app. So over here, I will go to this command. I'm going to use Expo to create my project, and in my terminal I will simply paste this command and I will give the project name. For me it's rn auth. You can use whatever name you like. Hit enter. So it will take some time to set up the project. So once the project is set up, I will go to rn auth project. I will type cd rn-auth, and for this project I'm going to use cursor, so I will type cursor space dot, and this will open up my project in cursor. I will close my terminal, and now onwards I will use this cursor IDE. So I will simply type command J to open up my terminal, and I will hit npm run iOS, and this will open up my app in iOS simulator. Let me pull my simulator up. Okay, I think so it's loading the app over here. Let me append it with my IDE. So this is the Expo app. I don't need it. So I will remove this tabs folder and I will create a new folder with name authentication, and I will create a file underscore layout.tsx, and in here I will say RAFCE. This will create a component, a functional component for me. So I will name it auth layout, and I will change this div with view. I will import it from React Native, save it, and in app/_layout file I will change tabs with authentication, and I will reload the app here. So now it is set up. So next thing is I will go in auth layout file, and inside view I will create an image. I will import it from React Native, and I will provide a source, and for source I am going to use my login background. I will copy this, paste it in my assets. So assets, images, paste, and my image is here. So next step is I will provide that image over here. So I will import the asset. So import login bg from @assets/assets/login-bg.png, and I will give this login bg over here and save it. Now I have to provide style for the image. So I will create styles over here, and I will say style sheet. I will import it from React Native dot create, and then inside here I will create login bg style, and I will use that style in the image. So styles dot login bg, and inside login bg I will give width as 100%, and then I will give height as 100%. I will keep it 75%, and then I will give the resize mode. So resize mode would be cover. Save it. It should be cover. So now for the main view, I will create another style, which is I will name it main, and inside main I will give flex 1, and I will give it a background color of white. Save it. It should be background color, and in the view I will provide that style. So style would be equal to styles dot main. So now we have our background setup. So the next thing is I will create this welcome. So for that I will go back to the code again, and I will create a new component welcome. So for that inside components I will create a new folder, authentication, and inside that folder I will create a new file, welcome.tsx. I will do RAFCE welcome, and over here I will use view from React Native, same here, and I will import this welcome component in my auth layout. So under image I will import this welcome component, close it, and over here I will give it a comment components, so everything goes under here for components. So now let's jump to our welcome screen. So first of all we will create a title which is welcome. So I will import text here. So inside text I will paste welcome as a text, and over here I will import text from React Native. That's it. We can see welcome over here. Now we have to style it. So first of all I will create styles, style sheet from React Native dot create, and then inside here I will create an object, and first of all I will provide welcome styles. So it should be font size equal to 36, let's say, and font weight would be bold, and I will provide that style over here. So styles dot welcome. So now the another thing is I have to create this description or subtitle. Let's call it description. So I will copy paste this text, and I will provide that content here. So that would be press continue to proceed with the login, full stop, and I will provide another style to this one. So let's say description, and give the properties, give the style properties here. So first one is font size. So font size would be 20. Font size would be 20. Font weight would be bold, and color should be hash triple A, and margin top would be 16, let's say. Save it, and over here just replace welcome with description, and this is how it looks. So before moving forward we can create one more style, main, and we can give some properties here. So position should be absolute for this view, height should be 35, let's say 35%, and padding would be 20, and bottom would be 0. Save it, and in our view just give this styles.main, and we can see now it is looking a little better. So the final thing would be a button with a continue text and a circle. So first of all, I will create a pressable component, import it from React Native. It's automatically imported over here, uh, and I will give it a style, and I will call it action. So inside action, inside styles, sorry, I have to create action style, and for action style I will use flex direction as row, align items as center, gap would be 16, margin top would be auto, and align self would be flex end to push it to the end, and margin bottom would be 36. Okay, save it, and let's add the components over here so that we can see how it looks. So for continue text, I will use text, and I will provide continue over here, and for this circle icon, I will use a view for circle background and an image with right arrow. So I will use image, I will import it from React Native, and in source I will provide right image, and I have to import this image as well. So first of all, I will go to my downloads, copy the image in my assets, images, I will paste the image, right arrow, and over here I will import it. So I will say right arrow as I pick this name from @assets/images/right hyphen arrow dot png. Let me double check the name, it's png. So save it. uh, it should be right arrow, not image. So now we have text and image, but the right arrow icon we cannot see because it's white and background is also white. So first of all, let's create this circle view. So I will say in this view I will provide style and styles.circle, and inside our styles let's create a circle. So circle style, so for this one I will use width as 48, height as 48, background color would be pink, border radius would be 24 as I wanna make it circle, and padding would be 8. And now we can see we have a pink circle and we have right arrow. So to show the image properly, let's create one more style, circle content for the image, and give it some styles over here. But before that, I will give style over here, styles dot circle content, and now we will provide the properties, the style properties for circle content. So let's say width would be 100% and height would be same 100%, and then we have resize mode should be contain, and you can see that now the icon looks better. One thing now we have pending, which is style for this continue text. So let's say styles dot continue and create that style over here before circle. Let's say continue and then give the style over here. So I will say font size would be 20, font weight would be bold, and color would be hash AAA. The pink color looks little off, so I will use the another color over here. So I will say hash and paste, and it looks little better than the straight pink color. So now our welcome screen is done. We can jump to the login screen now. So let me create another component inside components. So I will create a new file, login.tsx, in authentication components, and I will say RAFCE, save it, and change this div with view, and finally import this view from React Native. Now the next step is inside here I will go to layout and I will import this login view in here, and let's import it. To see how it looks, I will do some changes. First I will hide the welcome screen so that we can see what we create in the login screen. I will also adjust the height of the background image to, let's say, 45%. Or one thing I can do, I can provide transform and I will translate it. Oh, sorry. It should be an array, and inside here an object, and translate y should be let's say -100, and yeah, that looks good. So right now I'm doing it manually, but we will do it actually with the React Native Reanimated. So now let's jump to login, and inside login, first of all, I will create a text sign in, and I will import it from React Native. Let's go and see what we are going to make. So we are going to make this sign in, email, password, forgot password, login and back inside this sign in screen or login screen. So let's go into the code. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create styles. So style sheet from React Native dot create, and then create an object inside here. And first of all, I will provide the styles for sign in. So sign in, and then give the styles over here. So first I will take font size as 36, font weight would be bold, and then margin bottom would be 24, and color should be hash AAA, and I will provide that style in here, styles dot sign in. The color should be hash 333, let's say. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now next thing I'm going to do is, so for this main view I am going to provide some styles as well. So styles dot main, and I will create that main style here. So I will give it some properties. So first of all, its position absolute, then width should be 100%, padding should be 20, same as we have for welcome screen. Height would be 60%, and bottom should be 0 to keep the view at the bottom, and gap should be 16. So this is how it looks. So there is, I want to push it a little more, so let's say 130. Yeah, that looks good. So inside login, so next thing we are going to do is our heading for email. So we can just copy paste this, and let's say email, sorry, email, save it. So we will create a new style heading for this one, heading. So for the heading we will give color as hash 333, and we will give font weight as bold, and I will give this style in here, heading. So the next thing would be the text input, where we are going to take the input from the user, and inside text input we will give placeholder, enter email, and we will save it, and we will also give style. So I will create styles dot input, and in my styles I will create another style for input, and for that we have to provide some properties. First one is padding bottom, which is 8, border bottom width should be 1, and border bottom color should be pink. So for pink we can use the color from here, FF8383, and this is how our input text going to look. And now I'm going to copy paste these two values for password field. So I will save it, I will say password, and over here it will say enter password. In here I will give one more property to keep the password not readable by the user, and that is secure text entry. So whenever I type over here, it will not gonna show the actual text but dots like this. With that done, now we are moving forward for forgot text. So for that I will again use text, and I will give forget password text here, and I will provide a style for forget password, which is styles dot forgot password, we can create a style in here, forget password style. So the color would be pink for this one, so which is FF8383. And then we have font weight. I can use bold for this one, and text align would be, let's say, right. So now our forget password text is done. So next thing would be the login button, and for login button I'm going to use pressable from React Native, and inside here I will provide the text and I will say it login. And for pressable I will create one style and I will call it action, and for text I'm going to create another style and I am going to call it action text. So first of all, action, comma, and then action text. So for action we have background color. Background color would be pink, which is hash FF8383, and then we have padding as 12, border radius as 10, and margin top 24. Okay, and for action text I'm going to use color as white, text align as center to show the text in the center, font size would be 20, and font weight would be bold. Okay, that looks good. And same way I will copy paste this pressable component and paste it here. I will say it back, and over here I will keep everything same, but I will provide one more style, which is styles.back here to change the style of the button. So I will say back, and for back first of all I will reduce the margin to 0, save it, and I will change the background color for back button to, let's say, hash CCC. One thing I wanna do is I wanna change the text color as well for back button, so I will say color and hash 33, and I will provide this style over here. So I will say styles.back text, and this is how it looks now. So moving forward I will provide on press call over here. So on press and on back press. So I will pass this on back press function in the props. So I will say on back press, and over here I will say on back press, and it would be a function, a void function. So I will provide the type over here, and same way in the welcome screen I will provide another function on press. I will say on continue press, and same way I will pass this as a prop from parent component. So I will say on continue press, and I will provide the types here on continue press. I will say a void function, and in here I will provide on back press, and this should do the animation thing, but for now I'm passing either empty braces or true. Let's pass empty braces. Can I pass true over here? Yeah, we can do. Now if I uncomment over here and I pass on continue press here, and same way we provide true here. Okay, I have to import welcome again. So this is how our view looks like, and now we have to do the animation thing. So in the animation we are going to handle this image movement going up and down, and we are also going to handle the visibility of welcome and login component, as you see here. So first of all, we will focus on the image animation. That means like top and down animation. So first of all, I will create one shared value from React Native and I will name it translate y, and I will use shared value hook from React Native reanimated. It's already imported. I will move it on the top. I am going to use this value to animate the image. So next thing I'm going to create is I'm going to create animated style. So let's say image style, and in here I'm going to use animated style hook from React Native reanimated, and this will give us a callback, and in the callback I am going to return the style, so which is transform, and I will provide translate y as translate y dot value. So this translate y is actually the shared value, and I will provide this image style to the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an array, and over here I'm going to provide that style, image style, and I have to change this image to animated image, otherwise the animation is not gonna work. So I will import animated image from React Native reanimated, or I can do react animated dot image, and I will import that animated from React Native reanimated library. Let's say when we press on the continue button, so we have to animate this translate y. So let's create one function over here, const handle continue press, and inside here we will perform the animation. So when I press it here, what I want to do is I want to change the translate y value with timing React Native reanimated hook. So I will say, let's say translate y dot value is equal to, and I will import with timing from React Native reanimated, and in here I will pass the value. So let's say I want to move it to minus 150 on continue press. So I will say minus 150 over here where I want to move it, and I will pass another object with animation options with the config, sorry. So for that duration would be 500, and easing would be easing from React Native reanimated dot out and easing dot ease. Now when I press, let's hide the login for a moment, and when I click continue, nothing is happening because I did not provide the handle continue function over here. So handle continue press, save it. By clicking it, you can see now image is going up. Bring back the login again, and on here we can say handle login handle back press, and we will create this function const equal to handle back press, and we will simply do the animation over here. Just copy paste this, and in here we can move it to 0. Okay, is there, okay, so there should not be equal to const handle back press. So on back press, image goes back. Okay, there is one more thing we can do. So this is the same code, just the value change. We can create another function, let's say const animate, and we can do this animation over here. So just paste the code here, provide a boolean over here. So let's say is login shown, and we will give it a type of boolean. So we can say, like, when we are going to animate from continue, the this would be false, and we are going to navigate to -150. Otherwise, if it is already on the login screen, on back button press, we are going to move it to 0 again. So we can delete this one, and over here we can say animate and false, and when I'm going to press back, then is login shown would be true. So let's see if it works. So back press down, and continue press up. We can also remove the curly braces and just keep it like that. So now we have achieved the animation of up and down. Now we have to handle the visibility. So for that, I am going to create two opacity shared values. So one is opacity 1 equal to use shared value, and I will provide 0, and same way I will copy paste and I will use the another one. So now I'm going to create styles for these two uh, welcome and login screens. So let's say first we will create welcome style to handle the opacity of a welcome screen. We will use animated style hook, and we will give a callback over here. Same way we will just return the style of opacity, and for this one I will use opacity 1 dot value, and I will just copy paste it, and I will say login style, and it would be opacity 2 dot value. So we are going to pass these styles in respective components. So over here I will provide another prop animated style, but before that I will create that prop inside here, and that would be the animated style. So let's say animated style in here, and in the types I will say animated style, and the type would be style props from React Native, style prop from React Native, and inside here I will provide view style. Yep, that's it. And same way I will copy this, and inside login I will do the same thing, animated style and animated style and property, style prop from React Native, and it is for view style. Yep. And in here I'm going to pass welcome style in animated style for welcome, and login style for login component, login style. So now in animate I have to do the same thing in here. So opacity 1 dot value would be equal to you with timing, and inside here I will say if is login shown, then opacity for welcome screen would be 0, and if it is not shown the opacity would be 1. And I will provide the config here. So the duration would be, if is login shown, then the duration is 100, and if it is not shown, if it is welcome screen, the duration should be 1000 milliseconds, and easing would be same, easing dot out and easing dot ease. Save it, and same way I will do it for opacity 2, which is for login component. Save it, but I have to do some tweaks over here. So login, for login screen, the opacity would be 1 if login is shown, and opacity is 0 if login is not shown, and the duration should be 1000 if the login is shown, and 100 if it is not shown. The easing would be same. So let's first save it. Yeah, the one more thing I have to do is I have to provide those styles in here. So first of all I have to change the welcome screen, welcome component main view to animated view. So animated.view, import animated from React Native reanimated. Same way we have to change the closing tag, and we have to move it on the top like this, not top, over here like this, and we can say assets here just for better readability. And in here I'm going to pass the animated style along with the main styles for welcome component. Same thing we are going to do with the login. So I will say animated dot view, import animated from React Native reanimated, change the closing tag, save it, and pass the animated style along with the main style, and that's it. By saving it, let me reload. Okay, is login shown false and true? I have to change these values little bit. So this is 1, this would be 0, and this would be 1000, and this would be 100, and same way this would be 0 and this would be 1, and same way values are going to be changed here. Save it. The opacity 1 value should be 1, that is going to show the welcome screen. Let me reload it. That's now visible. The issue was I was providing 0, my bad. It should be 1, that's why the opacity would be 1 for welcome screen on the start. And now if I hit continue, it will go up, the login screen would be visible. If I hit back, so we will see the welcome screen again, the image goes down. So why I change the duration over here, so if I keep like 100 for these opacity change, so it looks little weird. If you see the view, the sign-in view shows little early. So just to avoid that and give some delay, I am changing the duration for the animation. So let's change it back to the actual values. And now, to me at least, it looks little better. Not sure about you guys. So with that said, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.